In the last videos, we covered very clearly about data types, whatever we had. Almost around 14 data types we covered. Anyone, can you please remind once? Yes, whatever we covered in the last videos. Anyone, can you please remind once? Yes, friends. Yes, int we covered, float we covered, complex we covered, complex we discussed. Next and after that, bool, next str. These are 5 data types are called fundamental data types. Every data type itself is all these fundamental data types are immutable. Remember carefully, right? Immutable. Once we create an object, we are not allowed to change its content. Okay, remember carefully, right? Next and after that, even we had a discussion about list concept, tuple concept, okay, set concept, frozen set we discussed, dict concept we covered, but all these things are at very top level. But yeah, the separate topics we are going to discuss in detail. Don't worry, sir, just a basic idea I provided about this. Next and after that, range concept we covered, bytes concept, byte array concept. Next and after that, none type. Okay, none type, like sir, these are various things whatever we covered, right? Okay, like so int, float, complex, bool, like these are the 14 data types we discussed in the last sessions, right? Okay, now let me give finishing touch for these for the language fundamentals concept, right? Okay, so what is the next thing what I have to discuss is just do you know escape characters. Escape characters are there in Python. We can use escape characters in Python. Remember this one, sir. So in string literals, happily we can use escape characters, right? So what is the meaning of escape characters, how you can use that? Okay, this part, let me talk about that. Have you ever heard about backslash n? Anyone, can you please confirm? Have you ever heard about backslash n? What is the meaning of backslash n? Backslash n is what is the meaning of backslash n is okay, new line character. We remembered even sometimes we used already in the last sessions, right? Okay, new line character, like so this is called escape character. In the string literals, happily we can use escape characters which has some meaning or which has some functionality. Okay, like these things are associated with some meaning or functionality, right? Of course, what are various escape characters are there, that part I will take care, don't worry, sir. So in string literals, literal means value, sir. In string literals, we can use escape characters. We can use escape characters which has sir, escape characters to associate a separate meaning, to associate okay, to associate a special meaning, a special meaning or functionality. Such type of thing is by default considered as escape characters, right? Backslash n, best example here. If I can take s is equal to Durga, s is equal to, just I'm trying to take Durga software. Okay, here just my requirement is Durga software solutions, like I'm trying to take some Durga software solutions, like I'm taking print of yes. If I execute this code, how many lines of output by default we are going to get? Yeah, please. Yes, friends, anyone, can you please tell how many lines of output we are going to get? Only one line, only one line we are going to get, sir. Sir, py tester.py tester.py, then automatically we are going to get Durga software solutions, like only one line output we are going to get. But I'm trying to take Durga backslash n software backslash n. Okay, have you observed, right? Durga backslash n software backslash n, like if I can take like this, how many lines output by default you are going to get? Can you please confirm? Yes, this is one line, this is another line, this is another line. Backslash n means next line, new line by default you are going to get. Okay, so this backslash n itself is treated as new line character. Of course, it is called escape character, right? Remember, in any programming language, there are some escape characters are there which has associated some meaning or functionality. Yes, in Python, which characters are there, that part I will take care. Don't worry, sir. Now I hope everyone in the position to understand what is the meaning of backslash n. Please confirm. What is the meaning of backslash n? Everyone in the position to understand this one, right? Yes. Okay. Like now, sir, backslash t. Okay, backslash t like sir, backslash t. Okay, backslash t. Like you may heard about backslash t also, sir. Can you please spell out what is the meaning of backslash t, sir? Backslash t itself is a horizontal tab. Okay, horizontal tab like we have horizontal tab like sir, what output by default you are going to get, Durga? Software solutions like this is the output by default we are going to get, sir. Okay, Durga, software solutions like this is the output by default you are going to get, sir. Have you observed, right? Okay, sir, here tab means a space. Some people may have, okay, here lesser space, but here more space. Don't worry about that. It is related to the command prompt issue. Don't worry. So it is backslash t, a group of spaces, a tab. If you want to, yeah, then we require to go for backslash t. Okay, like similarly, backslash r means carriage return, carriage return. Next, backslash b means backspace character, backspace character. Backslash f means form feed. Backslash sir, f backslash v is also there. Vertical tab, vertical tab. Backslash single quote, if you want to use single quote as a normal symbol, single quote, then backslash single quote, backslash double quotes. If you want to use double quotes as a symbol, then happily we can use backslash double quote. Sir, backslash, if you want to use backslash as a symbol, if you want to use backslash as a symbol, happily you can use. So these are various escape characters present inside Python. Remember this one, sir. Suppose here my requirement is, assume that my requirement is, suppose, so the single quote, here the single quote symbol, the single quote symbol like I want to take, sir. Sir, have you observed quote I want to use as a normal symbol. How I can do that is just you have to enclose this total by using triple quotes. Have you remembered somewhere we covered in the last videos? Yes, we require to enclose this total thing by using triple quotes. But now instead of that, happily if you want to use yes, this single quote as a normal symbol, normal character, then you have to use backslash. Okay, if I use backslash single quote, now single quote is treated as a normal symbol. Okay, like now observe that. Now observe the single quote symbol. Okay, something like sir, similarly, if I want to use a double quote as a symbol, double quote as a symbol, sir, then better to enclose, sir, with the backslash. Now double quote is treated as a symbol only, but not a string literal double quotes. Remember this one, sir. Yes, happily double quote symbol. Okay, like we are going to get. Suppose my requirement is I want to use backslash a symbol. If you want to use backslash as the normal symbol, then better to go for, backslash. Now we have you observed, right? Backslash by default is going to come. I hope everyone in the position to understand, right? Sir, usually single quote we can use to start a string literal, but don't consider start a string literal. Can you please consider this is a normal character, just like a normal character, then backslash single quote? Can you please consider this one as that, just like normal character backslash double quotes? Can you consider this one as the backslash symbol only? Then we require to use backslash. I hope all the people are in the position to understand what is the meaning of this. But believe me, very rare we are going to use this concept. Very rare we are going to use this concept, right? Okay, like next, carriage return. We never going to use this one. Don't worry, sir. What is the meaning of this one is, sir, something like this is my string. Suppose my cursor is locating here after k. Now observe that. After k, my cursor is locating. Sir, I want to go to the beginning of the line. Can you please move the cursor? Can you please move the cursor to the beginning of the line? Beginning of the line. Okay, like if you want to move the cursor at the beginning of the line, then automatically, do you know backslash r, like something like carriage return we require to use. Rajiv, have you observed, right? If you want to move to the beginning of the line, beginning of the line, then we require to use backslash r, carriage return. Form feed means next page, something like next page down key is there, something like. But usually, being a programmer, we never going to use these things. Don't worry, sir. Just aware. These are various things what we had. Okay, like. Okay, that's it. These are what are various escape characters are there in Python. These are the escape characters, right? Okay, well, now, yeah, yeah. Yes, Akhilesh, we will discuss. Sir, there is another concept is there named with okay constants. Okay, sir, here like the people who are coming from other programming languages like Java. Assume that let me consider a small Java program, sir. Okay, here int x is equal to 10. I'm trying to take x is equal to 20. Can you please print x value? Okay, what is the output I will get now if I run this code? Array respond. If I run this code, what is the output by default we are going to get? At the beginning, what is the x value? 10, 10, 10. Okay, next, now we are reassigning with the 20. Now we are reassigning with the 20, 20. System.out.println of x. Okay, now here my requirement is, yes, observe carefully, right? Okay, let me save this code. Let me save this code. Test.java. The output we are going to get, x is equal to 20, 20. The reason for that is, sir, here old value you are trying to reassign with the 20. Old value will be gone. Only new value by default will be there, sir. Okay. Now Java C test dot Java test. What is the answer we are going to get? Just a 20 by default we are going to get, sir. Just observe carefully. Okay. If I'm trying to execute 20, 20, okay, like we are going to get. Yeah. Now my question here is, okay, suppose if I can take, sir, this one is the final. Yes, anyone coming from Java background, anyone coming from Java background, can you please have a look once, sir? Okay, final. Can you please confirm what is the output by default you are going to get in this case? Please respond. What is the answer? What is the answer we are going to get in this case? Compiler will give left and right. Compiler will give left and right. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for that? Boss, this value is the final. You are not allowed to change its value because final means constant. The value of x will become constant. No one is allowed to change x value. Can't assign value to the final variable x. Array, it's already final. You can't change. Okay, you can't change. Observe that what is the answer by default you are getting, sir? Cannot assign a value to final variable x. Array, you can't assign a value to final variable x. This is the error by default you are going to get. Okay, like now my question here is, take very special care in Java. How you can define constant? By using which modifier? Final is the modifier. By using that, happily we can define constant. But now my question is, in Python, how to define the constant? Yes, please respond. How to define a constant? Sir, here x is equal to 10, x value is equal to 10, 10. Now x is equal to 20. I want to take print of x. Print of x like, now what is the output we are going to get? Please respond, each and every person. Respond. What is the answer? What is the answer we are going to get? 20 we are going to get. Okay. Now my requirement is 20. 20 we are getting, sir. Now, array, I don't want 20. I don't want 20. Okay. You are not allowed to change x value because x is the final. X is the constant. How to define constant in Python? Please respond. Yes, anyone? I want to define constants in Python. How you can define constants, sir? Any anyone? Can you please guess? Wow. CONST x is equal to 10. Okay, like definitely Srinivas is coming from C language, it seems. Yeah, Srinivas. Using underscore, using underscore, using underscore symbol. Wow, good. Okay. Please make sure you people should be aware constants concept not available in Python. Okay. Constants concept not available, not applicable in Python. Okay. Constants concept not applicable, not applicable in Python. In Python. Okay, remember this one. There is no way. There is no way to define constant, right? But it is a convention to use it is a convention to use only uppercase characters, only uppercase characters. Remember this one, sir. It is a convention to use only uppercase character, but it doesn't mean okay really constant concept is there. No. Okay, like suppose here assume that sir, here something like max value is equal to 10, like this I'm trying to take, sir. Now why I'm taking only in uppercase character, only in uppercase character? I'm creating the feeling that boss don't change its value. This value I'm making as the constant. Okay, my intention is to define, not to change this value, not to change this value. So just to indicate that I'm using this convention. Remember a bit carefully, right? Okay. Now here, so the name of the variable should be in only uppercase characters. Should be in only uppercase characters, right? Now observe that. Now observe 10, perfect. It's working, sir. It's working. Now I'm trying to take, sir, yeah, the 20. Can you please confirm is it valid or not? Yeah, Ranmit, default value story is not applicable here. Can you please confirm is it valid or not valid? Valid. The reason is constant concept is not there. You are telling that boss, don't change this value, but I don't want to listen. Okay, like you can change it, but it's not a good programming practice. Okay, now 20 is the answer we are going to get. So it is a convention to use only uppercase characters to indicate that it is a constant. Okay, it is a convention to use only uppercase characters to indicate that it is a constant. Remember a bit carefully about this terminology, right? Okay, but it's not compulsory. So because this concept is not applicable in Python, remember carefully, right? Suppose here you are traveling on the road. Okay, you are traveling on the road. Assume that, sir. Now on the road, whenever if you are traveling, assume that there is a special alert boards are available, right? Okay, in that don't use mobile while driving, or otherwise don't text, otherwise it will become last text in your life. Okay, sometimes you may see this type of alert messages, right? So it is meaning that array not recommended to do, but I want to do that, then automatically no one is going to save. Getting right? It is something like warning kind of thing. It is something like so it is something like convention kind of thing, but language level, really literally this concept is not implemented. So once I have one variable is there, that variable value no one is allowed to change it. The value is always fixed. Is it possible to implement in Python? Simple answers are not possible. But not possible. But there is a but you can create, there is a convention is there. Use only uppercase characters. Getting right? Use only uppercase characters. Okay, like you should aware. Yeah, Shivam, at last we will talk about that. Okay, here I hope is the terminology the clear for you people, right? Any doubt, any explanation is required? Is there any constant concept? Is it available in Python? Can you please confirm? Okay, clear. Now the next concept what I have to talk is comments. Okay, remember this one, sir. The next concept, what I required, what I required to talk is constants concept, right? Sorry, comments line. Sir, in Python, how to define comment? Anyone, can you please confirm? Yeah, respond. How to define comment in Python? In Python, comments, how to define a comment? There are two types of comments are there. Okay, single line comment, especially the people who are coming from other programming languages. Single line comment, multi-line comment. Single line comment, multi-line comment like we have two types of comments are available, right? Single line comment, how to define? How you can define single line comment? Okay, just a simple, sir, as a symbol. Remember, as a symbol, by using that you can define a single line comment. Okay, as this program is to read the data from the keyboard, from the keyboard, and the print to the console. Okay, and the print to the console. This is the single line comment. Okay, x is equal to input of, x is equal to input of, enter first value, okay, like I'm taking, sir, here reading first value. Okay, this is the comment, reading first value. Y is equal to enter second value, reading second value, reading second value. Okay, like now observe that. So how you can define a comment? Okay, by using hash symbol. If any line prefixed with hash symbol, such type of lines won't be processed by Python virtual machine. Just it is for our information sake, this type of thing is by default considered as comment, single line comment. Okay, like sir, I don't want to process this line, then automatically add here as a symbol, then automatically this total will become comment. Clear, right? I respond. How to define a single line comment? Clear, right? Yeah. Okay, now here I have one small doubt is there, sir. Print statement 1. Okay, print statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4, something like I'm trying to take 1 2 3 4. Okay, like now I want to comment the first line. What is the way, son? If I execute this one, let me print 1 2 3 4, like perfect, it's working, sir. If I comment the first line, if I comment the first line, then automatically what will happen? Only 2 3 4. Why the first one is not printed, sir? Just because it is a comment. Are you getting? It is treated as a comment like this one, sir. Suppose I want to comment second line also. Yes, no problem, no problem. Like a statement 3 and statement 4, only 2 lines by default we are going to get. Clear? Yes, friends. Everyone in the position to understand, right? What is the single line comment? What is the multi-line comment? Okay, like, so single line comment, okay. Something like the people who are coming from Java background, in Java, we have this type of style. Correct, right? In Java, this is the style what we have. Single line comment. Okay, like. So now multi-line comment. How to define? Yeah. Multiple lines, sir. Array, can you please comment all these lines? Can you please comment all these 4 lines? I want to comment. What is the way? How you can do that? Anyone, can you please guide? Yeah. Multi-line comment. Multi-line comment. Okay. Something like, okay. This is the first line, second line, third line, and so on. Okay, like. Okay. So in Java, of course, in C language also, I hope Java, or of course in C language also, multi-line comment means this is the way, sir. This is the way how the people are going to use multi-line comments. Okay, but in Python, what is the way? What is the way, sir? Can I use the same way? Respond. Can I use the same way? No way. No. It is not a multi-line comment in Python. In Python, how to define? By using triple quotes. Okay, by using triple quotes. Okay, like multi-line comment. Correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please confirm. Yeah. I'm commenting first 3 lines. I'm commenting first 3 lines. Yes, only statement 4 is going to be printed. Only statement 4 is going to be printed. Have you observed, right? Okay, like now, can you please confirm? Okay, what is the answer? I mean, one statement 1, 2, 3, and then here is it valid or not? Yeah, 1, 2, 3 is not processed. So multi-line comments. If you want to take, if you want to take in Python, believe me, sir, triple quotes is not treated as multi-line comment. Triple quotes is not treated as multi-line comment. Remember this one. Most of the people unknowingly they are going to use that as triple quotes to comment multiple lines. So please observe carefully, right? There is no way, there is no way to define multi-line comments, multi-line comments in Python. Remember carefully, there is no way to define multi-line comments in Python. In Python, okay, like hurry, there is no way to define multi-line comments in Python. Okay, then how you can do that? Very simple, sir. If you want to comment these 3 lines, what you can take, every line you have to prefix it with the sir as a symbol only. Remember that every line you require to prefix with the as a symbol only. Now, so if you want 100 lines, then automatically every line you have to start with as a symbol. That is the only way to define multi-line comments. There is no other way. Getting right? Then what about triple quotes? Triple quotes is a documentation string. Triple quotes is a dark string. Dark string is a different. Multi-line comment is the different. It was a documentation string. Okay, what is the dark string? In the next session, somewhere we will discuss. As of now, just aware, triple quotes is not the multi-line comment. It is the documentation string. Okay, documentation string won't be processed by Python virtual machine, but if you generate documentation, that thing is going to be added in documentation. Ritik, getting right? It won't be processed. Right? It is meant for documentation. Okay, not for commenting. Commenting is the different. Then immediately you may ask the doubt, sir, I have a big code is there, sir. Okay, assume that I have a big code is there. Okay, sir, assume 100,000 lines of the code is there, sir. Okay, something like thousand lines of the code is there. Okay, like assume that, sir. Sir, now I want to comment all these lines. Okay, the first 40 lines I want to comment, sir. Then automatically, what is the way? How you can do in Python? Respond. How you can do in Python? I want to comment all the 40 lines. 40 lines I want to comment. What is the way, sir? How we can do that? So very simple. Most of the people are going to feel that yes, we can comment by using so triple quotes. No, we should comment by using as a symbol only. No alternative, right? But the pain is okay. How many times I have to type as a symbol? 40 times. Have you observed 40 times? How many times I require to keep 40 times? So believe me, in real time, you people are going to work. You are going to work on, do you know something like sir, what IDE is concept? You may heard about IDE is right. IDE is concept. You are going to work in real time, sir. Maybe Atom. Okay. Next and after that, VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Next, PyCharm, okay, like PyCharm, like. So, in all these ideas, if you want to comment multiple lines, there is a shortcuts are available. What you can take is, 40 lines, first 40 lines I want to comment. Select 40 lines and then control backslash or forward slash automatically all these lines by default will be commented. Okay, like there are typing shortcuts are there. Okay, typing shortcuts are available. are available in IDEs. Typing shortcuts are available in IDEs. Okay, two for multi-line comments. Okay, for inserting multi-line comments. Okay, remember this one. How you can do that, sir? If you want, sir, if you go for IDE or otherwise, so multi-line comment shortcut in PyCharm. Okay, in PyCharm, I hope control slash. Yeah, here can you please observe that control plus forward slash, control plus forward slash. Okay, select multiple rows to comment and press a key control plus what these ones are for control plus forward. If you use this one, then automatically all the selected lines by default will be commented. Suppose I want to uncomment, I want to uncomment these lines. Again select, now use the same thing, automatically the comments will be removed. Yeah, any doubt? So don't worry, sir, I want to define 40 lines, I want to keep the comment. You're not required to type hash symbol 40 times. Just use a typing shortcut control plus forward. If you can do that, automatically all the lines by default will be commented. Suppose I want to remove the comment. Select again all the lines. Select again all the lines, and then okay, you can type control plus forward slash. Automatically the comments by default will be removed. Any doubt? Yes, friends. Clear, right? What about comments? Next, how to define constants? What about escape characters? What about data types? Yes, we covered a lot of things at the part of this first topic, language fundamentals, right? Have you remembered? Sir, we discussed about introduction, what are these features are there, limitations are there, Python flavors, Python versions, identifiers, result words, data types, typecasting, okay, like data types, typecasting, all the things. What about immutability, mutability, all the things we discussed, right? Okay, this is language fundamentals concept. Clear? Whatever we discussed for the last few sessions, this is the first topic, sir. A big congratulations. Fundamentals, language fundamentals concept just got completed. Clear, right? Okay, sir. Do, yeah. Please try to log out and log in again, or otherwise, okay. Let me continue the next cinema. Okay. Can I start the next topic? Can you please confirm? Can I start the next topic? Operators concept. Okay. Operators. Yeah. Operators concept. Yeah. It's a very simple, sir. Okay. So, but language fundamentals is a bit lengthy, but operators, input and output, okay, these flow control, these things are very small topics only. You are not required to worry much about that. Okay, like that. So now my question here is what is operator? What is the operator? Okay, like the name itself indicates, right? So any person who is doing certain activity, any person who is doing certain activity is called the operator. Okay, is called operator. Something like camera operator, cameraman. Okay, camera operator. So or mobile operator, something like any person who is doing certain activity, certain activity, okay, that the person is by default considered as operator, okay, like so now here just observe in programming what is operator, sir? Operator is a symbol. It is a symbol which is responsible to perform certain operation, which is responsible to perform certain operation. It is doing certain activity. Such type of thing is by default considered as operator, okay, like so now Python provides multiple operators which are available. Best examples are plus operator is there. Anyone, can you please tell what plus operator is going to do? Hey, 10 plus 20. What this plus symbol is doing here? If I print a 10 plus 20, what is the answer by default we are going to get? 30. 30 we are getting. So plus sum means it is doing addition operation, some operation, right? Suppose 100 minus 15. If I use minus a symbol, then automatically what it is doing, sir? Okay, minus symbol. What it is doing, sir? It is doing some subtraction. Okay, like so operator is responsible to perform certain activity. Okay, like that's what you should aware. Next in Python, what are various operators are available? Okay, the first one, arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. Second one, sir, arithmetic operators. Second one, relational operators. Second one, relational operators. Okay, or some people may use comparison operators, relational operators or comparison operators. Third one, logical operators, logical operators. Okay, like fourth one, bitwise operators, bitwise operators. Okay, like next assignment operators, assignment assignment operators. Next something like special operators, special operators, etc. There are multiple types of operators available in Python: arithmetic, relational, logical, bitwise, assignment, special operators like. But believe me, all these things are very helpful, especially in our day-to-day coding. Okay, that's why even at the basics, but really helpful. That's why compulsory you people should have clear clarity related to these things. Clear, right? General, because the people, everyone can aware what plus is doing or what minus is doing. From our childhood onwards, we know this, we know the in the programming also multiple operators are there which are responsible to do activities, right? Okay, now my question is arithmetic operators. Let me consider arithmetic operators, right? Can I? So which are arithmetic operators? Anyone, can you please guide? Yeah, respond. Anyone, can you please guide which are arithmetic operators? Why you are silent? Plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulo, like. Okay, plus, minus, multiplication. Okay, multiplication. Next, division, and then modulo. Okay, like these. Remember, these are considered as arithmetic operators, not only in Python, in every programming language. Okay, like now in Python, there are two special arithmetic operators are there. One is okay, sir, here floor division. What is this one, sir? Floor division. Okay. Second one is star. This is called exponential operator. Exponential operator or power operator. Remember this one. Very important things, right? Sir, array, there are two new operators which are there in Python. One is floor division. It is a normal division, and this one is the floor division. But what is the meaning of that? We will discuss in detail. Don't worry, sir. And this one is exponential operator or power operator. That's what you should aware. Okay, now what is the meaning? What is the meaning of this one, sir? How you can use this? What is the functionality? Okay, now have a look once. Sir, here I'm taking print. Here my question is print. Okay, 10 plus 20. Okay, 10 plus 20. 10 here just 10 minus 20. Okay, 10 into 2. I'm trying to take. Next, here 10 into 2. 10 percentage 2 I'm taking, sir. Yeah, these are four things not required to keep any explanation. But I didn't talk about division operator. Division, I didn't talk about that. But here, 10 plus 20, what's the answer? Yeah. What's the answer? 10 plus 20, what's the answer? 30. 30. 10 minus 20, what is the answer? Minus 10. Minus 10. 10 into 2, what is the answer? 20. Okay. 10 percentage 2, what answer we are going to get? Can you please confirm? 10 percentage 2, what is the answer we are going to get? If you divide 10 with 2, if you divide 10 with 2, what is the remainder, right? Okay, so 2 5s are 10. Okay, the remainder is the 0. The remainder is the 0. Remainder, this is called modulo operator or remainder operator. Remember this one, sir. Okay, this percentage is called modulo operator or remainder operator. Remember this one. So if I divide the 10 with the 2, what is the remainder? If I divide the 10 with the 3, what is the remainder? Anyone, can you please tell? Respond. If I divide the 10 with the 3, what is the remainder? 1. 1 is the remainder. Okay, like let me execute this code. Am I going to get the same things or not? 10, okay, 30 minus 10, 30 minus 10. Okay, like is it our expected answers or not? 10, 30 minus 10, 20, 0, 1. Do you have any doubt up to this? Yeah, please respond. Do you have any doubt up to this? Clear right up to this? Don't ask us, sir, 10 plus 20, how would it the 30? Or 10 minus 20, how would it the minus 10? Don't ask us such type of doubts. Okay, if you are having the doubt, you have to study again LKG or UKG. Recommended. Clear right? Array, respond. Can I go for next one? Yeah, don't be silent. Listen carefully, right? So these things are okay. Okay. But now the big cinema is about this one. Okay. This is a normal division operator. Normal division operator, right? Next, sir, here it is called floor division. Floor division operator. Yeah. These are two things very important. Remember this. Sir, now I'm trying to take 10 by 2, sir. Please guess what is the answer. Yeah. Please respond. What the output we are going to get? It is not reminder. It is not reminder. 10 by 2. 10 by 2. Please respond. I want to listen answer from each and every person. Yeah. The answer for this is most of the people are going to feel okay. The output what we are going to get is 5 or 5.0. Okay, the output is always 5.0. Remember, not 5. The output is always 5.00. Okay, how many times 10 is divided with 2? How many times 10 will be divided with 2? 5.0. Okay, like now here observe that here 5.0 we are getting. Array, actually we should get the 5, but why we are getting 5.0? Okay, remember very carefully, sir. Very carefully, very important point. I'm ready to talk. In Python, in Python, division operator always performs. Here, just observe that division operator always performs, always performs floating point arithmetic only. So the result of division operator is always float value. That is the result of float. The result of division operator is always float value only. Remember carefully, right? Okay. So division operator always performs floating point arithmetic only. That is the result of division operator is always float value only. Remember. Okay. Like now my question is, sir, even it is the 10 by 2 or 10.0 by 2 or 10.0 by 5.0. Array, you can take even the numbers, either dividend or otherwise numerator, denominator is a normal int also. Whether these are int values or float values, the result is always float only. There is no doubt at all. Any doubt? Can you please confirm? Everyone in the position to understand? Okay. So division operator, if you are using compulsory, division operator, if you are using compulsory, the result is always the result is always float only. Okay, like there is no chance of int value as the result. This is the behavior of division operator in Python. Okay, not only here, if you consider 10.0 10.0 by 2, sir, or 10 by 2.0 or 10.0 by 2.0. Array. So the arguments are either int or float. The result is always float value only. 5.0, 5.0, like any doubt? Yeah, please confirm. Any doubt about this one? Okay, but sir, if we consider floor division, sir. Okay, floor division. This is the most valuable, sir. Floor division. Floor division. Floor division can perform can perform can perform both integral arithmetic and floating point arithmetic. Floating point arithmetic. Array, both integral arithmetic it can perform, and even it will perform floating point arithmetic also. If at least one argument, if at least one argument is a float type, if at least one argument is the float type, then result is always float type. Then the result is always float type. If both arguments are int type, then result is always int type. Okay, remember carefully, right? Array, what is the result we are going to get? Okay, it can provide either float value or int value, both the things, based on your provided arguments. If your arguments are int type, then the result is always int type. If you were at least one argument is the float type, then the result is float type. Please confirm. Are you getting this point? Oi. Any doubt? Okay. Okay. Next up. Why don't we use floor division all the time if output both int and float? Okay. Kumar Sai, that depends on our requirement. Okay. Because floor division is a bit costly operation. It is going to do some extra activity. Okay. Like now, here see this one, sir. What is the point here? Is listen carefully. What the point is? Next, there is one more point is also there, sir. Okay. here, if both arguments are intertype, okay, then the result is intertype. If at least one argument is the float type, then the result is float type. But make sure, sir, but make sure the result is always floor value. The result is always floor value. Okay, like sir, now if at least one argument is the float type, then the result is always float type, but which is the floor value? Here intertype, but which is the floor value? But what is the meaning of floor value? Okay, 2.5 is there. Anyone, can you please tell what is the floor value? Yeah, respond 2.5. Array, floor and seal. Floor 2.5. Floor means previous rounded. 2, 2. Ceiling means next rounded. 3. Okay, like floor means previous. Floor means previous rounded. Now floor value means floor int value. What about its value, sir? 2, sir. 2. Floor float value. Floor float value 2.0. Remember carefully. Array, I hope, are you in the position to understand? Floor int value 2, floor float value 2.0, 2.00, like so. Who is the responsible, okay, to do this one is floor division is always going to provide floor value. So it can be int type or it can be float type. So with the examples I will cover, don't worry, sir. Sir, here division operator, what is the result? The result is always, respond, the result is always what type? Always float type. The result is always float type. Okay, if I can consider, this one, what is the result, sir? The result is respond, the result is either int type or float type. The result is either int type or float type. Okay, like now if both arguments are, if both arguments are int type, then result is always floor int. floor int floor int value we have to consider. If at least one argument, at least one argument is float type, then result is always, then the result is always what type, sir? Can you please tell, sir? Floor float type. Floor float type. Okay, floor float. It is the result type is the float only, but which is always floor value only. Okay, like now you can get much clarity, don't worry, with the examples, right? 10 by 2 I'm taking, sir. What is the answer? What the answer we are going to get? 10 by 2 I'm trying to take. What the answer we are going to get now? Please confirm. 5.0. 1 minute. Friends, yeah, just wait for 2 minutes. Friends, just wait for 2 minutes, please. Yeah, just wait for 2 minutes. Will come. Yeah, friends. Sorry. Can I start, right? Yeah. Can you please confirm what is the output we are going to get in this case? Please. Yeah, what is the answer we are going to get? 5.0. Correct, right? 5.0 is the answer we are going to get. Because floor division, sir, it is the normal division. Normal division operator always going to print, always going to return floor value, I mean float value only. Okay, like print on 10 by 2 I'm taking. What's the answer? Respond. 10 by 2 I'm trying to take. The answer is 5 only. Remember, because both are int type, the result is the int comma, so 10 by 2 means 5 only. Floor value of 5, floor value of 5 is always 5. Okay, remember this one. Floor value of 5 is 5 only. Floor value of 5.1 is 5. Okay, remember this. If you want to return int type, 5.1 is also 5. Even 5.9 is also 5 only. I hope clear, right? If you are talking about int type result, yes, sir, this is floor value of 5 is the 5. Floor value of 5.1 is also 5 only. 5.9 is also 5 only. If you want int result, okay, like if it's the float result, then different. Okay, like. But anyway, sir, here 10 by 2, 5 is the answer. Now 10.0 by 2, sir. Anyone, can you please confirm? Anyone, can you please tell what the answer we are going to get? At least one argument. At least one argument is the float time. The result is always float. Okay. 10.0 by 2 means 5.0 is the answer. Okay. Sir, here 10.0 floor division 2.0. Now also 5.0 only. Okay. 5.0. Can you please observe that? Am I getting the same results or not? Please respond. Am I getting the same result or not? Yes. Okay. It's the same. Now don't worry much. Here 10 by 3 I'm trying to take, sir. 10 by 3 I'm trying to take. Listen very carefully about this one. 10 by 3, 10 floor division 3. Okay, 10.0 floor division 3, like I'm trying to take. Anyone, can you please guide what is the output we are going to get now? Good. What the answer we are going to get in the first case? Floor division, normal division, always float type. 3.3333, something like it. Never going to perform any floor value, seal value like. So normal result 3.3333, like we are going to get. Next, 10 floor division 3. 10 floor division 3. Both are int type. The result is always int type, but floor value only we require to consider. Array 3.3333 floor int. What is the answer, sir? 3. 3. Remember this one. Floor int is the 3. If both arguments are int type, the result is always int type. So what is the floor int value of 3.333? Means 3 only. Remember. Any doubt? Respond. Any doubt about this one? Don't get confused. Okay. Next, 10.0 by 3. Sir, here, what is the answer? Anyone, can you please guess what is the output we are going to get now? Anyone, can you please guess what is the answer we are going to get now? Remember, the output is, so it is the float value. Okay, float value. But we should consider, we should consider only float. Okay, we should consider only floor value. Array float value I want 3.3333 is the original result. Further than float value means 3.0 floor value, but float value I want 3.0 we are going to get. Now observe, is it the same result or not? Are you feeling comfortable? Yes, friend. Boss, I want only floor value. It may be int or it may be float. No problem. Then we require to go for floor division. Very important for the exam, even for the interview room, especially. What is the difference between single division and double division in Python? What the difference between these two things, right? Like if any person is asking, yes, you have to tell what the difference between, okay, like normal division operator, it is the floor division operator. Normal division operator can return only float value, but this one can return either int or float, and the floor value only it is going to be considered. Yeah. So I don't want to explain anything, sir. Print 25 by 2 I'm taking, 20 by 2, 25 by 2 I'm taking, 25.0 by 2, 25.0, sir, floor division 2. Please guide what is the answer we are going to get. Yeah. What is the answer we are going to get in this case? Anyone, can you please tell? If you can answer this, I can feel, yes, definitely you people are getting very clearly. Yeah. So the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. Can you please respond? Sir, the first one, it is always floor value, float value only. That's why 12.5. Okay, 12.5. It is always 25 by 2. Hey, it is a floor int value because both arguments are int type. Because both arguments are int type, floor int value we are going to get. But the answers are 12. 12. Remember this. Okay, sir, actually 12.5, but only int I have to take. Floor int means 12. Next, here float normal division. Normal division means 12.5. Okay, here float value. Float value means 12.0, like we are going to get. Yeah, please confirm. If you are feeling comfortable with this, nothing will be there, sir. Okay, please confirm. Everyone in the position to understand, right? Yeah. That's all. Okay, this is floor division operator, the most valuable thing. Next, one more, sir. Okay, star operator is also there in Python. What is the purpose of star operator? Anyone, can you please guide? Star. What is the purpose of this star operator? Sir, power operator. Okay, or exponential operator. Operator, right? Sir, very simple. 2 into 2 double star 3 means 2 power 3. 2 power 3 means 8. 8, correct, right? 2 cube means 8. Okay, like so here nothing is there to discuss. 2 power 3 means what is the answer? By default we are going to get 8. Okay, like nothing will be there, sir. Array, it is what it is operators are power operator to power something. Okay, like suppose 10 square, if I can take, what the answer we will get now? 10 square. Okay, 10 square. Okay, power 2.0. Now observe carefully. 100.0. Why I'm taking 100.0? Because here at least one argument is the float type. That's why the result is a float we are going to get. So power operator, nothing is there to discuss. That's all. Star means power operator. You have to consider. Any doubt? Can I go to the next level? Okay. Now, sir, that's all. Now I hope everyone in the position to understand plus operator, minus operator, multiplication operator, division operator, floor division operator, modulo operator, power operator. These are things we discussed already. Okay, like star 1/2. Nikhil, it is not going to provide. Okay. Sir, now there is one small thing is there about plus operator. Okay. There is a small extra point is there about plus operator, right? We can use plus operator even for strings also. We can use a plus operator for strings also. For strings also like. What is the meaning of what is the how it is going to use for the strings? Now observe that Durga plus a soft. Durga plus a soft. Anyone can you please tell what is the output by default we are going to get in this case? Durga plus a soft. What is the answer, sir? What the answer? Durga soft. Are getting Durga soft like. So please make sure, sir. If we can apply plus operator for the strings also, no problem, right? Then it simply acts as concatenation operator. Concatenation operator, right? Concatenate two things into a single. Okay, like. But here one small twist is there. Especially the people who are coming from Java background, have a look once, sir. Durga plus 10 I'm taking. Anyone can you please tell what the answer? Yeah, Durga plus 10 I'm trying to take. What the answer we are going to get? Can you please confirm? Everyone. Everyone, can you please confirm what the answer we are going to get? Durga 10. Okay, like. So it is Java related output, but in Python, we will get a error. So the reason for that, if we want to use plus operator for the strings, compulsory both arguments should be string type only. Okay, if we want to use plus for the strings, if we want to use plus for the strings, okay, compulsory both arguments should be okay, should be string type only. Okay, if one is the string, the other one is some other type like int or something, like immediately error we are going to get. But in Java, so one is the string, the other can be anything, no problem, right? But in Python, it is not going to be accepted. Yes, here just observe that Durga plus a soft, like I'm trying to take. Yes, both are string type only. Durga soft. Okay, valid. So now if I can take Durga plus a 10, I'm trying to take, sir. Durga plus a 10, I'm trying to take. Now, have you observed, right? Type error, can't concatenate string to sir, can only concatenate string to str, but not int. Can only concatenate string to string, but not int. Like clearly it's going to tell you. Any doubt? Any explanation is required? So, is it possible to use plus operator for the string type or not? What the answer? Is it possible to use plus operator for the string type or not? Yes, we can do that. We can use, but make sure both arguments should be compulsory string type. If one is the string, The other one is a non-string. Immediately, sir, we will get error. Python virtual machine will give left and right. Clear, right? Okay, well. Sir, now I have one small doubt, sir. What's my doubt here is print, print. Okay. Even star operator is there. Okay, star operator for the strings concept. Star operator for the strings concept, right? So we can use a star for the string, but compulsory one argument should be string, and the other argument should be int. Remember this one, sir. So one argument should be string type, the other argument should be int type. Simple, sir. It simply acts as a repetition operator. Can you please repeat? Repeat. Can you please repetition operator? Okay, repeat. Can you please repeat the string? Something like okay, now I'm trying to take Durga. Can you please repeat five times? Five times, like what is the answer by default you are going to get? Durga, like five times we are going to get. So order is not important, sir. Don't worry. Order itself is not important. So first 5 into Durga, like you can take. In both cases, same output by default you are going to get. Hey, respond. Clear, right? Okay. Now, if I can take like this, if I can take like this one, Durga I'm taking. Next soft Durga into soft I'm trying to take. Please confirm, is it valid or invalid? Durga plus a soft I'm trying to take. Is it valid or invalid? Okay, invalid. Immediately error by default you are going to get. Have you observed? Can't multiply sequence by non-int type str. What is the reason for that? Okay, if it is a string, compulsory it should be int only, but you are taking some other. That's why immediately error by default you are going to get. Okay, so this is another important point what you people should aware. Any doubt? All the people are in the position to understand. So here I hope is the clear for you people. Star operator, okay, plus operator for the strings. Star and plus both applicable for the string, but make sure whenever we are using plus operator for the string, compulsory both arguments should be string type. Whenever we are using star operator for the string, compulsory one argument should be string type, the other argument should be int type. Ritik, have you observed? One argument should be str and the other argument should be int. Sir, can I take float type? Immediately Python virtual machine will give left and right. Getting? It should be int type only. Yeah. Now here see this one, print. Can you please print hash symbol some 50 times? Okay. Can you please print hash symbol some 50 times? Okay, like next print, okay, hash here something like Durga software, okay, like solutions, something like I'm trying to take some. Yeah, please confirm, is it valid or not? Yeah, is it valid or not? Array, repeat this hash symbol 50 times. Repeat this hash symbol 50 times. Okay, 50 times. Now, okay, this is this one itself is one string. This is also another string. Okay, like now have a look once, sir. But the answer, yes, perfect. 50 times this one repeated. Next time after that here concatenation is happened. Okay, so maybe a chance. Okay, you should have clear idea, but sometimes so I can use this star with the strings very commonly. Clear, right? That's it. This is the story what you people should be aware about arithmetic operators. Next, last point you should aware. Anyone, can you please tell 10 by 2? What the answer? Hare, 10 by 2. What the answer we are going to get? 10 by 2. Respond. What the answer? 5.0. Perfect, man. 10 by 0. 10 by 0. 10.0 by 0. Okay, 10 by 0. 10.0 by 0. 10, 10 floor division 0. Okay, 10 modulo 0. Modulo 0. Okay, like, sir, either division or floor division or modulo, like anything divide with 0. Divide with 0. 0. Immediately, error by default you are going to get. Okay, divide with 0 not possible in Python. Divide with 0 0 not is not possible in Python. In Python, in all cases, 0 division error we are going to get. 0 division, 0 division error we are going to get, sir. Sir, if you want, now observe carefully. 10 by 0. 10 by 0. The answer is 0 division error. Division by 0. 10.0 by 0. Okay. Same answer. 0 division error. Okay. Like here, floor division. Yes. Same answer we are going to get. Floor. Okay. Same 0 division error. Modulo I'm trying to take. Modulo I'm trying to take. 0 division error. Okay, any x value by 0 or floor division 0 or modulo 0. In all these cases, all these rises, all these rise, all these things will rise 0 division error. 0 division error. Okay, for any x value. Clear, right? That's all. This is above arithmetic operators you have. Just go through these things, and then in the next video we have to talk about relational operators, logical operators, like. Okay, remember that. Yeah. Shivam, UTF encoding styles we require to worry. Okay, ignore, it is not required for you people. Okay, you should have the difference between UTF-8, UTF-16 and so on, not required. Ignore, Shivam. Okay. Unary operators also there, Rupesh, will be discussed. We covered only arithmetic operators. Still there are multiple operators are there. There I will discuss the remaining things. Okay. Tomorrow we have the session, and 8 o'clock today we have the session. Okay, compulsory, better to attend. Next, the running notes. Let me update. Okay, in the same link, the link already I shared with you people. In the same link, yeah, you can download from the same link. Already I shared with you people. The link already I shared. From the same link, you can download updated running notes. What is the link? This is the link. Okay. So at the beginning, you have to use Edit Plus or normal editor. But in real time coding, you require to use PyCharm like editors. Yeah, Ritik, PyCharm, Atom, or VS Code like you require to use. Okay. Yeah, please download running notes from this link. Yeah, VS Code also, Visual Studio also good. Okay. Next, the people who want to attend this session, okay, these are the links what we have. Okay, at 8 o'clock strings concept we are discussing, better to attend. Yeah. Next, the people who want to register for this batch, still anyone there? Jupyter notebook is not good, Deepak. It is not recommended in real time. Okay, the people who want to register, yes, you can register. Okay, right, sir. Thanks. Tomorrow we have the session. We will meet. And anyway, 8 o'clock strings concept we will continue. Please. Okay. Yeah. Akhilesh, we are at very basics. Slowly you can expect assignments. Yeah. Next, the people who want to communicate with me, just this is the contact information. Contact our admin people. They will arrange a call with me. Don't worry. Yeah, others. Heterogeneous objects means different types of objects. Different types of objects is called heterogeneous. L is equal to 10, 20, 30. So here all objects are homogeneous. Correct, right? All objects are homogeneous. Okay, like. But if I consider 10, 10, okay, Durga, next and after that 10.5 or 20.5. One is int type, the other one is the string type, the other is the float type. Okay, this one is by default considered as heterogeneous. Heterogeneous objects. Yeah, Nikhil, you can expect some assignments from my side. Okay, I will share, but once that topic is going to come, then I will do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Core Python, Anil, definitely you can expect Core Python will be completed by end of March. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Right, sir. Thanks. Tomorrow we will talk. Yeah. Shravan, edit plus mostly, but 1 or 2 sessions I may go for PyCharm or VS Code like Shravan. Okay. Right, sir. Akhilesh, we will discuss. I will share some assignments. Let me figure out. Yeah. 8 p.m. session is there today. 8 p.m. session is there. Please log into 8 p.m. session. It is there.